Some people are born with comedy.
Tough.
They get here with the right voice.
Good old Tough. Good old Tough. The VINER who ruined.
Doesn't mean that those people don't
VINER
work
what?
hard to be famous.
Ruined his life. Yeah. All right. Let's see what Tough talking about. Look like this. Hold on. I forgot. Is this who he talking about? I forgot about this nigga. I thought this was the most annoying nigga on my timeline. I'm not gonna lie.
But it means that they find their footing easily. One such person is Michael Steen II, aka Young Poppy. Now, Poppy's story is an interesting one because while he steadily rose to stardom, he much more quickly fumbled his success and lives to tell the regret. He very much feels like a real-life example of John Wooden's quote, "Ability may get you to the top, but it takes character to keep you there." So who is Poppy? What did he do to ruin his life? And where is he now? Let's take a dive into all of this. Hey guys, welcome.
That feel like, bro, I feel like if Sunny V2, Tough, like if they make a video on a young nigga, that's gonna make me feel some type of way, bruh. Like, damn, you cooking my shit right now. It's all facts. It's not like he hating. He just like cooking their ass though.
Back to another video. I do want to let you guys know that I have an album coming out. It is a 7-track album.
Good luck on the music.
If you guys want to go check that out, it's over at earldoesn'texist.com. Anyway, let's get started.
Shout out Tub in your content, bro.
Our story today focuses on Young Poppy. Now, there's a lot of information out there about the time of his life when he was famous, but surprisingly, very little exists in terms of his childhood. Other than the fact that he was born on March 25th, 1994 in San Diego, California, went to Chula Vista High School, and has 2 siblings, a younger and older sister. There's not really much else. Even the sisters' names remained unpublished, and the details of his parents are equally vague or non-existent. He did, however, post a picture on his Instagram account during his 29th birthday in 2022, which shows him and his siblings when they were young, definitely before their teen years. On that same Instagram account, there's also this post and this post of his mother. One of the post captions indicates that she was 52 back in 2018. That's pretty much it in terms of childhood and his family, at least that we could find on the internet. Also, it's a bit interesting that there's no photo of his dad anywhere on his social media, even in this family photo, which seems to be from Poppy's birthday celebration. However, even with this little information about his family, it's easy to tell he has a close relationship with his mother and sisters. This is clear in how he appreciates them in several of his social media posts. For example, this post with the caption, "Please help me wish a happy birthday to my beautiful mom. I love you." Also, the fact that his mother and his sister are currently running his Instagram account, more on that later. Although, could they actually just be appreciating themselves via his account? I mean, think about it. If you were left in charge of your famous Big Brother's Instagram account, would you not be posting birthday wishes for yourself? Anyway, I guess
that is weird.
For now. Let's just assume they're a normal, happy family. And also, somewhere along the way, Poppy worked for FedEx as a package handler and for Pizza My Heart. As we move on to look at how he rose to fame, you first have to know that he was a very ambitious person. Hey guys, I just want to give a quick thank you to our sponsor, Temu. Temu is an online market.
Okay, you're not finna do that, okay? You could promote that bullshit music, but Temu is crazy, gang. Fuck out of here. He got it. It's damn, this shit the most replayed part too. Bro. You gotta get that bag though. I respect him because YouTube be dicking this nigga. Pause. That's New Jersey. That's Philly lingo.
I specifically chose. So yeah, if you guys want to use my link, that would be awesome. And now let's head back to the video. As described by a neighbor, he was the type of person who, quote, seemed like he was going to conquer the world. And this could be indeed true because Poppy had built a large social media following for himself. He had an Instagram account by the name Young Poppy that currently has 1.6 million followers, and another one by the name Keisha Red with about 385,000 followers. Beyond Instagram, he was also active on YouTube, where he currently has approximately 352,000 subscribers and 100.
Fuck it, I feel like everybody who fall off always just go to streaming. Bro, I saw, this nigga didn't fall off. This is just a side note. I saw what's her name streaming on Twitch. Fucking Jasper, one of Tyler Creator's best friends. I'm like, what? This nigga Jasper streams? I feel like everybody streams now, bro.
Video. He created this YouTube channel back in 2014 and
then I saw the nigga from Holes, the light-skinned dude. His name started with a K. I forgot his actual name. That nigga streamed too. Hold on, let me not eat this. Save this piece of gum for later or some shit. I need to calm down. I already got 5 pieces in this stream, and I've been streaming for 3 hours.
3 million views as of today. You clearly don't get such social media numbers without putting in some amount of work. And even more evidence of his hard work and ambition is how fast he rose on Vine. He's among the social...
That's his name? Lady, you ain't never just put no fucking food dish in my chat. What are you talking about? This is not his name. That's not what I put. Shorty put a, what is this? Yo ass put a damn, a German turnip in my shit. Like, what the fuck? Let's see if we can find this nigga real quick. Just a quick little research. Bro! Internet looking crazy right now. His name is... where's his name? Yeah. Cleo Thomas. There you go right there. 0. That nigga right there be streaming. It's crazy.
That rose to fame through the 2014 era of Vine. For those of you who may not have heard of it, Vine was an extremely popular social media platform started in 2013, and it basically allowed users to share 6-second long looping video clips. It's basically the millennials version of TikTok. As a new thing, it gained a lot of traction and was at around 200 million users at its peak. It eventually shut down for failing to generate any money. Anyway, back to Poppy. He became famous particularly by playing a character he invented, Keisha Red, and doing funny videos with witty voicings. He had gotten started on Vine on May 13th, 2013, and grew to a following of more than 2.9 million by the time the app shut down. During the peak, he even managed to join Vine's 1 billion loop club, essentially a cohort of influencers that had gotten over 1 billion loops.
That's what I spelled in my iPad. Like, how the fuck is autocorrect doing that? Like, what? Nobody even. Who the fuck is talking about German turnips? Like, that's the shit I be talking about, bro. I really type some shit out, and then the shit will autocorrect to something that's not even remotely close. I'm like, what? And it don't help that I have a Spanish keyboard and an English keyboard because I speak a little Spanish, you know, sometimes. And so whenever it pop up the Spanish one, it want to convert the word into another word in Spanish. I'm like, no, nigga, I'm trying to speak in English.
As a result, his Instagram caught on pretty well. He kept the videos going. And to give you an idea of what he was doing, here's a clip of one of his skits with over 200,000 views on Instagram. And here's another one with over 250,000 views. You can clearly tell that the dude had a natural comic flair, and that's why he seemed to effortlessly build a loyal fan base. Poppy also made some music and began working on a mixtape as early as 2014. In the music, he blended his comedy skills, and this quickly found him an audience. Perhaps the same group of people that found his skits funny. Among his popular songs is If You Want a Burger, which got about 7 million
song? Oh, one of my homies be stay singing that shit. That nigga is annoying when he be doing that. He don't do that shit no more. That shit was back in like middle school, damn near high school when he used to sing that shit. I'm like, bro, shut that shit up. And you gonna sing that dumb ass song. That's crazy.
Still used as a TikTok audio to this day. Going by the comments on the video, the song is still a favorite to many 6 years after its release. He made other tracks, with the first ones being published on iTunes back in 2014. Up to this point, Poppy seems to have been doing fine and holding a promising career ahead of him in social media influence. However, things took a nasty turn. According to his neighbor, Poppy seemed to be a chaotic person, as there would be frequent commotions at his place. The neighbor said, "I would be woken up at 2, 3 in the morning, 4:30. She implied that Poppy would be arguing with his girlfriend and causing commotion loud enough to wake up other people. Specifically,
that's the only part of the song, you know? That's the only part of the song that everybody be singing, and it's like, damn, shut that ass up.
Anyway, while this seems to be a rough lifestyle, it's not what got Poppy on the wrong side of the law. Rather, it was because he was a drug dealer, and even worse, had caused someone's death. The victim, identified in court documents only using the initials MP, was a 33-year-old woman. She died from using pills laced with fentanyl that had been supplied by Poppy. She actually died the same day, July 9th, 2018. It's likely that she had overdosed. Now let's pause here and let that information sink in. But on the other hand, he was dealing life-threatening drugs in his neighborhood in San Diego. According to court documents and investigators, the San Diego Police Department received a call to the victim's home in Ramona on July 10th after she had been found dead. The woman's boyfriend told the investigators that she had smoked heroin and M30 oxycodone pills, and it turns out that those pills were laced with fentanyl. Since the task force had been established with the goal of wreaking havoc on cartels and street distributors, they went ahead and started investigating further. The first place they looked was the dead woman's phone, and in there they found text conversations between her and a guy named Young P. The messages indicated that the woman and Young P had organized to meet up at the woman's workplace with the intentions of her buying oxycodone pills from him. Armed with the name Young P, the investigators went on to look even deeper. They went on social media to research and try to figure out who Young P's real identity was. They came across multiple accounts on different sites under the names Young Poppy, aka Young P, and Keisha Red. They quickly tied the facts together, and everything indicated that both profiles were character personalities portrayed by the same person. This was a clear advancement in their investigation. Next, they landed on a LinkedIn page for Young Poppy, which led them to determine his actual name as Michael Steen, a then 20-year-old who had grown up in Chula Vista but living in San Jose, California. The profile, which seems to have been written when Poppy was age 20, goes on to say, "I have many skills that enhance the skill to act, like not being shy, energetic, fun, social, funny."
Finding this nigga on IMDb is crazy work, by the way. I said IMDb, LinkedIn. Wait, is this LinkedIn?
social media,
I think it's
very
like
up
that.
to date on
Whatever.
entertainment, want to go mainstream one day. The investigators didn't stop there though. They looked further and found an ad on Craigslist from a user named Young P. The ad was for selling narcotics and was listed with the same phone number that Young P had used to communicate with the dead victim. At this point, they pretty much had everything, but they still wanted more proof that it was him dealing the drugs. They thus used the phone number they had found to catch him. They set up an operation to bust him. They had used the number they found on the victim's phone, which was also the same one from the Craigslist ad, and offered to buy oxycodone pills. Seems like he thought it was just one of his regular customers, so he agreed. The sale happened in Poppy's Mercedes-Benz at a parking lot. The undercover officer came in and bought the pills, but once the transaction was completed, he signaled the rest of the team, who came in and arrested him together with his girlfriend, who was also in the car. The officers also searched Poppy's vehicle and found 144 more oxycodone pills. They also found marijuana, scale, and $8,300 in cash. Literally,
damn,
for being a drug dealer. The court records on the investigation pointed out that he had sold 25 pills, the same ones laced with fentanyl, for $650 to the undercover drug agent. The investigations had run from July, when the woman died, to December, when Poppy got arrested. Naturally, when you get arrested for such an offense, you get thrown in jail and wait for your trial. An interesting turn here is that as he sat in jail, his family swooped in and took over his social media. Not in a bad way though. In what way then? Well, although he was arrested back in 2018, Poppy's main Instagram account has remained active all along thanks to his mother and his older sister. Some of the posts on there have been made as recently as a few days ago, and the posting has been consistent ever since the arrest. It seems they didn't just want him to fall off.
Late. What do you mean late? Oh, you talking about you? Because I've been streaming since 2. Well, technically speaking, I should have been streaming at 8, but I already went over this at the beginning of the stream. I've been exhausted. What's your favorite R. Kelly? He didn't say anything after that. There's different versions of R. Kelly. I'm confused. Are you talking about... Oh, song. My fault. Why are you asking me this? I don't know. Step in the Name of Love? I feel like that's... Wait, hold on, actually. Hold on, let me pull up the vault. Niggas ain't finna make it seem like... Hey, the nigga in jail. What more do you want me to do? I can't not listen to the nigga song. Like, if it shit come on, come on. It's gotta either be Step in the Name of Love or Happy People. Listen to Happy People, brothers. In this nigga any way, shape, or form. But I hate when niggas be trying to be holier than thou and they be like, oh my goodness, cancel R. Kelly. Bitch, I seen you wearing some Nike Air Maxes. You know who made those? Shout out to the sweatshops and wherever the fuck. Come unlock the door. Wait, huh? What are you talking about? But like I was saying, Dry, I'm not late, bruh. You talking about I'm late. Nigga, you're late. What are you talking about? But like sorry. I'm locked out. What you ain't got the key under the rug or the key in the plant? I feel like, no, white people don't do that. Do white people do that? I don't know what race people doing that. It just happens in movies all the time. I'm not gonna lie.
His mom and sister get the content to post.
Well, like, wow, why is that the first thing you ask? Neither y'all, like, whoa, y'all need to learn some manners here. Can y'all get a what's up? How stream something first nigga talk about you're late. No nigga, you're late. Where were you at the last 4 hours? Wait. The last 3.5 hours. And wow, like, what's your favorite R. Kelly song? Like, what? That must be the same because nigga talk about some on God. Anyway,
cycled the hundreds of
after this video finished, I gotta go eat.
Put out since 2013 when he was on Vine. It's really a lot of content, and I
was bowling in mini golf, bitch ass.
Also, they integrate
all right,
some
calm down, Gideon.
messaging in some of the posts. And
nigga talking like Gideon and shit.
Post promoting awareness against fentanyl. The sort of
all I did was ask a question.
Organization social media.
Why you get so hostile for?
This is a good time to tell you guys what his mom and sister's goal is when it comes to running his social media. From that example post, you can see that it partly reads, "My story of addiction to pills and the impact that fentanyl can have is being used by my team at WWM Impact to help save kids," and it links back to an Instagram called WWM Impact. When you visit that page, it's obvious that it's run for a good cause. The full name of the movement is Walk With Me Impact, and it appears to be meant to help the youth avoid getting into the toxic path of drug abuse. By using Poppy's main account to highlight the issue, it feels like his mom and sister are trying to redeem his image and communicate his change of heart regarding drug dealing and engaging in narcotic activities. This is probably why the caption reads "My team" to suggest that they're working under him. This is actually confirmed by
I don't know what I'm doing here. Let me in. Let me in.
Stupid.
Poppy himself in this audio clip. He made this while in prison and was posted on the page about 10 weeks ago. The caption on the post reads, "This time in prison has truly been a life-changing experience.
Message
I wish I could
Gig
go
or
back in
something.
time and fix the great harm I've caused while
Shout out
battling
Gig.
my addiction. Since I can't, please y'all listen to me and don't fall into the trap of addiction and infliction like me."
Since I've been through so much in these past years dealing with coming and being in prison, I've learned from my mistakes and I've grown from it into a better version of myself. And I feel like God...
He be talking a little zesty though.
Differently in my life, preparing me for a bigger plan, and I love who I've become.
What is this beat?
Will I still be this better version of me? I mean, only God knows. So, you know, so would I
40% done with my homework.
back and change anything? I don't know. I really don't know. But you know, the only regret I really do have is contributing to overdose. You know, that I wish never happened.
In the clip, he doubles down on this and says that in the time he is
What y'all want to watch? I'm gonna give y'all an option. Do y'all want to watch? I don't know how to do polls. I don't think I've never ran a poll on Kick before. Do y'all want to watch a rug cleaning video, a car cleaning video, or 8 minutes of a Baltimore accent compilation?
mistakes and is becoming a better version of himself. He adds that he feels that God sent him down that path to make him learn and also prepare him for a bigger plan. He then admits that his biggest regret is contributing to overdose, and he wishes that it never happened. It actually seems like his heart is in the right place because other than that audio clip you just heard, he has another one pinned on his account. And of course, this means it carries more weight because that's the whole point of pinning something on your Instagram. So what does the second clip say? Well, it's basically him talking about the dangerous nature of fentanyl. In the audio clip, which we can assume was recorded from jail 2, he goes on to call fentanyl the most dangerous drug out there
Bro,
right now.
I don't know why you're telling me this. I can't help you.
Including homelessness,
you probably live more than like
death.
5
It
hours
the
away
drug
from
is,
me.
quote,
Like,
so
bro,
addictive,
leave me
not only
alone.
to users, but also dealers. Why dealers? Because they are making so much money off the
I don't know how
sales.
far
He then admits
Milwaukee
that he
is
was
from
actually
Chicago, I'm not
addicted
gonna
to
lie.
fentanyl as a dealer, and that he could only predict that what would come from it was a tragedy. He urges what we can imagine are other drug dealers to not be selfish and instead care for vulnerable users. Overall, it seems there is an upside to keeping his account going because he actually is pushing a positive message and the account isn't just dead, even though I know his family and people running the account want him free, which eventually will happen. It's nice to know. I think this is the only time we've seen the account
an hour and a
that isn't
half
inactive,
if
I guess.
you
Well,
use
not
the
an
train.
active account be pushing for a good cause. This comment shows a follower
So probably close
expressing
to like
hope that Poppy's
3
movement
hours.
would help reduce his sentence. Going back to
Because
his
of traffic.
arrest, there was of course great evidence against him, and thus Poppy pleaded guilty to conspiracy to distribute fentanyl. On August 5th, 2020, U.S. District Court Judge Gonzalo Curiel sentenced him to 12 years in federal prison. Poppy was age 25 at the time. It seems law enforcement during the time of his arrest was zeroing in
Why
on
you
drug dealers.
throwing a
as a way
rock
to
through the
stop
window is
drug
not gonna do
overdoses
nothing for
and
you.
deaths, and thus made Poppy an example to others. A U.S. attorney, Robert Brewer, did for instance say this case should put dealers on notice that every time we have an overdose death, we are going to come looking for you because many lives are at stake. He also added, if you are selling fentanyl, beware. As today's sentence reflects, you will be held fully accountable for the death and destruction you selfishly caused. Also, the investigations were clearly
Then
part
do
of
it.
a
Do
larger
that. Do
operation,
go
as
ahead and do
Brewer
it, bro.
also mentioned their fight against cartels and street distributors with a promise of pursuing a death sentence to those caught. It is thus no wonder that an assistant attorney in the case, David Finn, had sought a 15-year sentence for Poppy. Yes, they were trying to get him locked up for 15 years. However, Poppy's lawyer, Brian White, had argued that he should get no more than 10 years because he was a promising online sensation with 4 million followers. He literally tried to use Poppy's
because he got
online
clout
to squash his chances of a harsh sentence. I mean, he still led to someone's death. Though, to be fair, this is what a lawyer's supposed to do, especially given that besides the 14-year sentence recommendation from a state attorney, the probation department had recommended 12.5 years, aka 150 months. Courts do actually hear out the defense lawyer if their client is maybe a first-time offender or has been an upstanding citizen for the most part. We can thus say Poppy might have just had bad luck getting arrested by a task force that was trying to prove a point. Also, it could be that Poppy's lawyer might have failed to do a good enough convincing. Either way, Poppy ended up with a 12-year sentence. He did, however, get a 1.5-year credit for the time that he had been dealt at Metropolitan Correctional Center since his arrest in December 2018. Interestingly, too, Raquel
So he'd been in there for 5 now?
23-year-old girlfriend
Or
at the
6?
time, had been sentenced on May 6, 2020. She received credit for the 3-year probation she had already served, and Poppy will be eligible for release in 2029. In the meantime, as
The
we
end of the
already established
decade?
earlier in the video, Poppy's trying to redeem his image by doing some positive in his community. Besides his Walk With Me impact team, he's also been doing some commercial engagements. For instance, he was featured in the comic That Dreadheads. We know this because the comic's official Instagram account account posted this clip and tagged Poppy's main Instagram page. Also, earlier on, they made a post letting his audience know that he would be featured in the comic. This was during the comic's first launch in February 2022. On their website, they described themselves as a, quote, cannabis social equity brand, using positive artistic expression to bring peace and happiness to the world. I guess it's a cool thing that he still has a kind of active fan base, even for someone in jail. And that's really where the story of young Poppy
I mean,
ends for
most
now.
of the, I mean, shit, rappers be doing it all the time.
A big thank you to my patrons. Your guys' names are right here on the screen. So big thank you to you guys. When it comes to, I guess, my opinion on the whole situation, no matter what, I think if you're a dealer and you lead to someone's death, you're a shitty person and you're gonna have to live with that for the rest of your life. Whether I think you should get life in prison or not, I don't really know. I don't think too hard about that, but I guess we'll see when he gets out how he thinks, and hopefully he doesn't go back to that lifestyle. But
I don't know, bro.
At least his family is pushing a positive message. Well, him and his family are pushing that positive message, so that's a good thing no matter what. That's really it for this video. Make sure to go subscribe to my second channel where you can see some clips from my live streams, and I live stream on kick.com. In case you guys want to go pay me a visit, maybe I'm streaming when this video comes out. I have no idea. Oh yeah, shop at earldoesn'texist.com.
Okay, we got it. Shout out to for the video.